A sunny Silverstone hosted the penultimate meeting on the year's pulsating Dunlop MSA British Touring Car Championship calendar, with 5 drivers still remaining in the title race. After the disappointments of Rockingham, Jason Plato reignited his fading title hopes by grabbing pole position. Teammate Sam Tordoff underlined the MG's superiority on the short national circuit by lining up alongside on the front row. Of the other title rivals, Colin Turkington qualified 4th in his BMW, while the heavily ballasted Hondas of Matt Neal, series leader Andrew Jordan and Gordon Shedden were languishing back in 9th, 10th and 15th spots on the tightly packed grid. As the lights went out, it was Plato who grabbed the lead, but only after fending off a strong first corner challenge from Tordoff. While the two MGs sorted themselves out, Turkington briefly grabbed second, but Tordoff wasn't to be denied for long. The action was fast and furious behind the leaders, with first Newsham spinning down the pack, and then Nick Foster, Andy Neat and Will Brack coming together, bringing out the safety car, while the hard-working marshals cleared up the debris. As the racing restarted, the two MGs wasted no time re-establishing their advantage at the front. Neal was the star of the race, battling his way up the leaderboard, passing Frank Raffle for 5th, Rob Collard for 4th, and then Turkington for the final spot on the podium. There was no catching Plato though, who crossed the line to score his 5th win of the season and 79th of his career. Tordoff made it a convincing MG 1-2, with Neal just fending off a late charge from Turkington to take 3rd by just 0.08 of a second. Series leader Jordan limited the damage by finishing 6th from 10th on the grid, while Shedden could only struggle home in 11th. The two MGs were back at the front as the cars headed off for race 2, this time carrying maximum ballast after their earlier success. Plato led from pole position, but Turkington made his trademark great getaway from 4th on the grid. For a moment, a fast-starting BMW got alongside the MG, but Plato managed to hang on to his early lead. Further back, Jordan was the man to watch, taking full advantage of Dunlop's soft compound tyre. The championship leader quickly zapped past title rival Neal, and then followed Tordoff past Turkington's BMW, which was finding the pace up front rather too hot for its liking. The Honda driver, though, wasn't settling for 3rd, as he then slipped by Tordoff for 2nd and rapidly closed the gap on Plato to set up a thrilling finish. In a memorable battle, Jordan put his championship bid on the line, bravely nosing ahead of the MG, but the masterful Plato was not about to give up without a fight, and he wasted no time battling back to retake the lead. The pair brushed door handles as Plato inched his MG inside the Honda. Behind the dueling duo, Aaron Smith was another maximising the softer Dunlop tyre to make it 3 for the lead entering the final lap. In a breathtaking finish, Plato used all his experience to fend off his faster adversaries and claim his 2nd win of the day. As the flag dropped, less than half a second covered the top 3. Tordoff claimed 4th, with Turkington, Neal and Shedden keeping their championship hopes alive in 5th, 6th and 7th. With the top 6 reversed for the day's 3rd and final race, it was Neal and Turkington on the front, both armed with Dunlop's softer tyre. As expected, the BMW once again made the most of its rear-wheel drive chassis to grab the early lead from poleman Neal. 3rd place Tordoff attacked Neal at the end of the opening lap. The two cars made contact several times before the MG was spun around the Honda's bows. In the ensuing chaos, Smith jumped up to 2nd with a hard-charging Shedden into 3rd. The Scot was quickly through into 2nd and swiftly into a position to challenge Turkington for the lead. Smith also sneaked through as the BMW was forced wide. With Shedden and Smith moving clear at the front, a fierce battle for 3rd developed, with Turkington fending off a recovering Neal, Matt Jackson's Ford and Jordan, who was aiming to secure his championship lead, having started on the harder Dunlop tyres on his now ballasted Honda. Neal eventually slipped past, and worse was to follow for Turkington as the BMW spun into retirement with suspension damage. Ahead of all of the drama, Shedden made up for his earlier disappointments with another win from Smith and Neal. Jackson claimed 4th with a delighted Jordan in 5th. After his earlier wins, this time Plato had to settle for 7th. As the champagne sprayed and the sun set on a memorable day's racing at Silverstone, Louise Goodman caught up with Andrew Jordan. The man who still leads the title race as the teams head to the season finale at Brands Hatch on the 13th of October.
So Andy, the sun sets on another very good day at the office for you.
Yeah, successful and surprising. I had a figure in my head of what points I wanted to leave with them, because I thought Colin was going to be very strong. And so to actually leave here extending the points lead to 34 was, a bit unbelievable actually. I'm really pleased with it.
So we're off to Brands for the final showdown, and I mean it's a fantastic circuit for the season finale to take place at, isn't it?
Yeah, it's one of the best circuits in the country now. It's still old school, lots of undulations, fast, slow corners, a mixture of everything. The ups and downs out through the trees on the GP loop is, it's one of my favourite circuits because you get a real sense of speed, and it's just old school. It hasn't been modernised.
What kind of car do you need to be quick there?
I think a Honda. There are a lot of quick corners there, which the Honda works well at. I'm sure the BMs will be strong and the MGs will be strong as well. But for us going there, we know our car will be pretty good, and we just need to be sensible, try and keep out of trouble, and do what we've done kind of this weekend, and hopefully wrap it up as soon as possible. But a lot can happen.
It's always a circuit that has an amazing atmosphere, isn't it?
It is, and because it's got so much history, and for a driver personally, out the back is such a good section to drive. You get such a sense of speed, and it's a confident circuit. So we'll be getting quicker through the weekend, and it's a circuit I really like. There in Thruxton, my kind of circuit. So I kind of go for it and get out through the quick stuff, and I love it, and I always look forward to going there.
So you're obviously going to be going there with a very healthy lead in the championship. What do you think you're going to be feeling? Nerves?
Yeah, obviously, there's going to be pressure, and it's not, you can say just treat it as any other weekend, but there's a big championship at the end of it. So I'll go and do my thing, be competitive. If I think we will be right up there, and hopefully we can be competitive and show well.
See you there.
Cheers, look forward to it.